Alright, so what time is it, man? It's 7:49 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, August 19th, 2022. Charles Xavier Visions here, recording live from Duluth, GA. So, um, I just wanted to say, like, to finish off what I was saying at the end, and I titled the last video that, so, do it again or something. But, alright, basically, man, it's like, bro, I did not seek a comfortable life. Like, the normal life, the comfortable thing, that normal seeking comfort, just a comfort life, like, seeking comfort emotionally when things are going wrong, mental comfort, things like that. Yeah, I'm not talking that. I'm talking about a comfortable life of just everything was just comfortable. Like the seeking comfort because of the super bad traumatic times, that's perfectly fine. Like, that's what you're supposed to do and stuff like that. But I mean, just seeking a. All right, look, JFK, right? His father was worth $1 billion, more than $1 billion at that time. Like in that time period, it would have been worth like $1 billion. He was basically a billionaire, but they referred to him as like a millionaire. But the purchasing power of the dollar today, it would be like billions of dollars. Like what he spent on the elections would be almost $1 billion today. And so back then he was like more than just a millionaire. He was like a super millionaire, like billionaire. So boom. So Jack Kennedy grows up basically having everything he would ever want, just having it all his whole life. He just so eventually, and then he goes through a lot of tragedies. Not too many because he's one of them. He's like one of the first ones, but he had a few tragedies and he had to deal with it in the family. He had a few. He had a few. Oh no, he had a lot. Dang. He had his brother Joe. He had his sister Kat, both plane accidents. He had his sister Rosemary, which was she outlived them all, but she was lobotomized, so she disappeared. Um, then, right before he goes, in the last few years before he runs for president, he had at least one miscarriage, maybe two, but he had a stillborn named Arabella. That would have been she was stillborn, but they might have had a miscarriage, or maybe even two before her. So they had at least one miscarriage, then stillborn. Um, I have to see is a stillborn and a miscarriage the same thing. Technically, you know what I'm saying? If the baby doesn't make it out, that's a miscarriage, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? But I have to look that up. But because they said it differently. They were like, there was a stillborn Arabella, and then there was a miscarriage before, if not another one. So, because a miscarriage can happen any time, but stillborn is like you know, like would have been like I would think it would have been like alive the day before kind of thing, and then it was just born still. But I feel like if it was still inside, it would have been noticed. They would have figured it out like the baby's not nothing's going on. And then when they go to check it out, I'm pretty sure they can see the baby's not moving, right, not kicking, nothing. Like that's the miscarriage, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm just not in that realm, so I really don't know. I'm like pretty much guessing it. I don't even partake in that, so I definitely don't have personal experience with any of that stuff. Real talk. Safe to say, I'm the man in that department. You know, you know, like I just never wanted to mess with fate in that regard. I wanted to mess with destiny, but not with fate. I don't want to mess with fate. I want to mess with destiny. Destiny was like messing around with what I'm meant to do here, not messing around with things that have extremely irreversible consequences and being distracted from what you were sent here to do. So now it's like you're gonna fail like twice. You're gonna fail the mission you were sent down here to do, and you're gonna like, you know, you know, help create someone else who's sitting down here on a mission. Like they were sent on a mission too, and you were sent on a mission. You got distracted. You had them. Now they got a mission. Try to think about telling them to stay focused. Like, don't keep up the cycle of like you were sitting here on a mission. If you give birth to someone else, they're sitting here on a mission, and you might not fail yours because now you got to focus on helping them with their mission. You get it? You know what I'm saying? Like you see, oh, what a tangled web, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that's how I'm feeling. Oh, what a tangled web you niggas have wove for yourselves. Ooh, look at you, squirming in the spider's nest. I hope that spider come home right now. Like real talk, bro. I hope that spider come home. Like I hope that spider left his keys, nigga. Real spider left his phone charger. I hope that nigga notices. Real shit. Scared. U turn. But that's just what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we could talk about it. You want to talk about it? Fine. We're 5 minutes in. We can still talk about it. You want to talk about it? All right, fine, man. Let's talk about it, man. All right, look, check this out. It is what it is, bro. I feel like this, bro. When it comes down to abortion, you have the right to do that because it is literally your body and your child, right? Okay, boom, period. That's what it is. Okay, moving on. Furthermore, God gave you that child as a gift, so it was like God's gift, God's creation. You know, your semen, your eggs were not your creation. Something, somebody, some organism put them inside of your organism. You were constructed that way. You did not construct your own DNA. You are not that complex, and neither am I. Like, you know, when you like, you know, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it, but when you know, like, it just like, you're looking at it like, what is this? Because it's not your creation, but it's touching the eggs will, sperm touching the eggs will result in the creation of a fetus, most likely, right? Because you're playing with destiny and fate. At that point, that's what I mean. I'm like, I don't want to play with destiny and fate. I play with destiny, but not really with fate. I don't want to play with both of them. Like, playing with destiny and fate. Nah, I'm focused on destiny, bro. I'm not doing anything that's gonna, change the fate of that. You know what I'm saying? The fate I want is destiny, so I'm only focused on destiny. That's the fate I want. I want the fate of the guy that spends his whole life just focused on his destiny. That's it. That's it. Nothing else, bro. Nothing else. Like God got me. I'm not worried about it. Whatever God wants to happen for me, it'll happen. I'm not worried about it. Like He's making things extremely, great for me. And the main reason what I've been struggling so hard is because I did not go full fledged on like actually promoting myself, man. I got off of YouTube. I didn't practice. I mean, I didn't stop practicing. I didn't stop creating. I know now I'm good. I created a whole entire career's worth of material up to this point. I'm super Gucci. I'm like the craziest artist in the world. Like I have the record for like the most hours of unreleased material. Like I can drop 10,000 files easy. Uh, 10,000 files. You know, like you know what I'm saying. I could drop 1,000 files at a time. I mean, like when I upload, I can upload hundreds at a time. Just Give them all in February 2016. Nigga, what? Really? Yes. Now. When? Now. Like, you press the button's pressed. The button's pressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll drop 50 hours in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I eat up space like a monster. I'm a space monster. Oh, here comes the space monster. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Gigabyte Megatron. I don't know. It's crazy. Gigabyte Decepticon. It's just crazy guy. I'm just falling gigabytes. I'm just like, just, oh no, Chad's coming to hide your computer. He's going to take up all your space. You know what I'm saying? Hard drive. So intimidating. You just scroll down the folders. You're like, yo, does all this stuff have stuff in it? And you just kind of put the cursor over it, leave it alone so it shows you how much space is on it. And you're like, yo, all these have many gigabytes of stuff. And you're just like, 100 gigabytes, 30. You're just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? You start to get like real life. You start to really realize, like, yo, you really must have had something else going on with your life, though, to not realize that you're literally sitting on a fucking billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar stash of intellectual property, dickhead. Just so you know, while you're sitting there suffering, you're suffering for a reason, jackass. Why don't you pick yourself up out of the dirt and fucking realize that you are sitting on billions of dollars in intellectual property, man? And if you release it, something in there is going to strike gold and start the process off, and it'll change your life forever. What's your fucking problem, right? Boom. So then NFTs start to eventually come out, and you realize, hold up, I'm sitting on a 10,000 file, empire here, looking stupid, not knowing what to really do with it, how to monetize it. Boom, boom, boom. NFT movies, nigga, NFT films, I got it already. Like, we're just ready. We're gonna drop raw footage as NFTs. This is an investment, so I'm literally giving you the entire frame of everything I shot. Then, when the movie's all done, chopped up, you'll also have that NFT as well. You buy that one. So it's like really thinking ahead of the game, because anyone that thinks they're gonna think on, okay, we're gonna make the film, right? Or they might think if they have the thought like, yo, drop your unreleased footage. And so I'm skipping all of that and just dropping everything. I'm going to drop the entire frame of everything I shot. That's what you want to see. You want to see, you know what I'm saying? You want to see everything I made versus like doing a versus with myself. I'm showing you everything I filmed. Now, when I chop something up, I don't have to worry about everything else I didn't show you disappearing forever. Now I can go back to it and make more cuts, man. So it's like I'm gonna give you the main block. Here's everything I shot for this shit. Like, I'm showing you the blueprint. Here's everything that I shot for this set of productions, right? And then from there, I'm gonna just turn that into as many productions as I can. What can you do with it? Like, turn it into a puzzle. Like, what can you do with all of this footage right now? Like, can you make a documentary about it? Maybe. Can you make, anything about it? Like, can you make skits? Can you chop up a couple minutes at a time? Real day-to-day kind of stuff. Can you make a 5-minute version? Can you just really explore all the different time frames and really have fun? That way you don't have to just settle on like one idea of like, I don't know if I want to do like a 2-minute video on this part of it or just like this kind of thing on here. So nah, like, nigga, put the entire block up on YouTube, bro, so they can see the entire raw footage. That's my raw footage. Because you need to be able to gauge the fact, like, all right, because you look at it like, oh, it's my raw footage is unedited. Exactly. So how good is it unedited? Real talk. Real talk. Like, because when you think about it, like, that's what the actor is. It's a person that's able to create incredible raw footage. Incredible raw footage. Think about it. Like, what's the actor's job? To make as raw of the raw footage as possible. Like, my raw footage is raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's automatically raw because it's not chopped up, but my raw footage is actually raw because I've spent so much time in front of the camera. I'm like, I know how to really like, try to like get your attention. Like, I can do crazy stuff. I stare in the camera and just cry and let you like see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my shit crazy. So it's just ready for, chopping it up and doing some great stuff. It's not just me like just unless I'm doing a muted screen test kind of thing, listening to music, or I'm just crying, just something to use as like a B-roll clip later. I type it in there with like a B clip or something, B clip number 2, and you see it on there, B clips. That's when I chop it up. That's how you chop it up, man. But like I said, the raw footage, putting the raw footage online, that's really for like the future, bro. For you all to know what I was going to do my documentaries about, so you all can make documentaries about the topic as well, and include the footage in there, and make documentaries about my footage, and made the documentary for me with the footage. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna walk you through everything. Yo, this is what this is for. I'm doing this for this. Yo, when you chop it up like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, good job, right? And then you like put all that in there. Like, I'm really trying to think as far ahead as I possibly can. And that's the biggest challenge and fun about life, is just trying to think as far along as you can. Like, I'm not worried about anything, bro. Like, I already know. I had like freaking, drug dealer already tell me, like 80s drug dealer tell me, like when you're 60, you're gonna be good.